Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fun English Podcast, your favorite place to learn English in a fun and easy way. I'm your host, John, and today we're diving into a topic that many of you have asked about: how to make small talk with native English speakers. Small talk is something we all do, whether it's in the elevator, at a party, or even in a work meeting. But for English learners, it can feel a bit tricky, right, Sarah?
That's right, John. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic today. Small talk is such an important skill when you're learning English, especially if you want to build connections with native speakers. But a lot of learners worry about what to say or whether their English is good enough. The good news is that small talk is actually one of the easiest and most fun parts of learning a new language. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find it's not as scary as it might seem.
Exactly, and small talk doesn't have to be perfect. It's all about keeping the conversation light, friendly, and engaging. You don't need to discuss complex topics like politics or history. In fact, keeping things simple and casual is key. So today, we're going to break down the best strategies for making small talk in English. We'll give you examples, tips, and ideas so you can start chatting confidently with native speakers.
Sounds like a plan. So let's get started. First, let's talk about what small talk actually is.
Okay, so what exactly is small talk? In simple terms, it's just casual conversation, nothing too deep or serious. You use small talk when you meet someone or when you're just trying to keep a conversation going with someone you don't know very well.
That's right. Small talk is perfect for situations like waiting in line at the store, meeting a new colleague at work, or sitting next to someone on the bus. It's usually about light, easy topics that anyone can talk about. And the goal isn't to have a deep or serious conversation, it's just to connect with the other person.
Exactly. For example, imagine you're meeting someone at a party. You don't need to talk about personal topics right away. Instead, you might start with something simple like, "Hey, how's it going?" Or, "This is a nice party, isn't it?" That's a perfect way to start a small talk conversation.
Right. Small talk helps break the ice and get to know someone a little bit. It's a warm-up before you dive into more serious topics. And the best part is, small talk doesn't have to be complicated. You just need to be friendly, positive, and interested in the other person.
Now, let's talk about common small talk topics. These are topics that people often use when they want to start a conversation. Let's go through some of the most popular ones with examples.
The first, and most classic, topic for small talk is the weather. It's a safe topic and everyone can talk about it, no matter where they're from. For example, you can start by saying, "It's such a beautiful day today," or "It looks like it's going to rain. Have you heard the weather forecast?"
Yes, and the best thing about the weather is that it's always changing, so there's always something new to talk about. For example, if it's a sunny day, you might say, "It's so hot outside today, isn't it? How do you usually stay cool when it's this warm?"
And if it's cold or rainy, you could say, "It's freezing today. Do you like cold weather or do you prefer the heat?" Weather is a great way to start a conversation because it's something everyone experiences, no matter where they are.
And if you're in a country with different weather than usual, it's a perfect opportunity for small talk. For example, if it's unexpectedly snowy, you could say, "I can't believe how much snow we're getting today. Do you like snow, or would you prefer it to be warm?"
Another great way to start small talk is by giving a compliment. Complimenting someone on something they're wearing, their hairstyle, or something they're doing is a great way to break the ice.
Yes, and compliments make people feel good. You could say, "I love your shoes, where did you get them?" Or, "You have a really nice smile, it's so bright." Compliments are easy to give and they show that you're paying attention to the person.
Exactly. And remember, when you give a compliment, make sure it's sincere. People can tell when you're being genuine, so don't just say something for the sake of saying it. For example, if someone is wearing a unique jacket, you could say, "That jacket is really cool. It looks so comfortable. Is it new?"
Right. Compliments also give you a chance to ask more questions. For example, after complimenting someone's outfit, you could follow up with, "It looks so stylish. Are you into fashion, or did you just pick it because it's comfortable?"
Now, let's talk about hobbies and interests. People love to talk about what they enjoy doing in their free time, so this is a great topic for small talk.
Definitely. You could start by asking, what do you like to do for fun, or do you have any hobbies you're really passionate about? These questions open the door to talking about things like sports, reading, traveling, music, or any other activity they enjoy.
And once the person shares their hobby, you can ask more questions to keep the conversation going. For example, if they say they love reading, you could ask, "What's the last book you read? Was it any good?" Or if they're into sports, you could say, "That's awesome. Do you play or just watch?"
Hobbies are also a great way to connect with people. If you share an interest, it's easy to keep talking. For example, if they love hiking and you also enjoy it, you can say, "I love hiking too. Do you have a favorite trail?" This creates an instant bond between you and the other person.
The next topic that's common in small talk is work or studies. People often talk about what they do for a living or what they're studying, especially when meeting someone new.
Yes, it's a great way to get to know someone in a more professional setting. You could ask, "What do you do for work?" or "What's your job like?" or even, "What are you studying right now?" These questions open up the conversation and help you learn more about the person.
And when they share about their job or studies, you can ask questions like, "That sounds interesting. How did you get into that field?" Or, "What do you like most about your work?" These follow-up questions keep the conversation going and show that you're genuinely interested in their experiences.
And remember, even if you're not in the same field, asking about someone's work shows that you care about what they do. It's a great way to keep the conversation friendly and professional.
Now that we've covered some of the best topics for small talk, let's talk about how to keep the conversation going. You don't want to get stuck in awkward silence, right?
Definitely, the best way to keep a conversation going is to listen actively and ask follow-up questions. For example, if someone talks about their weekend plans, don't just say, "That sounds nice." Instead, ask more details. "What are you planning to do? That sounds really fun."
Exactly. Follow-up questions are key to making the conversation flow smoothly. If they mention something they're passionate about, ask them more about it. People love talking about things they enjoy.
Another tip is to share a little bit about yourself. Small talk is a two-way street. For example, if someone talks about their hobbies, you can say, "I love hiking too. Last weekend I went on a trail I've never tried before." This shows you're engaged and also helps the other person get to know you.
There are a few things to keep in mind about what not to say during small talk. First, avoid controversial topics like politics or religion. These can make things uncomfortable, especially if you don't know the person well.
Yes, definitely. You want to keep things light and positive, so avoid negative topics like complaining about work or talking about personal problems. Keep it upbeat and friendly.
And remember to smile and use a friendly tone. Small talk is meant to be easygoing and fun, not stressful or serious. Keep the mood light, and your conversation will flow much more easily.
So, to wrap it up, making small talk with native speakers is all about being friendly, curious, and engaged. Start with safe, easy topics like the weather, compliments, or hobbies. Ask open-ended questions and keep the conversation flowing with follow-up questions. And most importantly, have fun with it.
Exactly. Small talk is a skill you can practice. And the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just enjoy the conversation and be yourself.
Thanks for joining us today on the Fun English Podcast. We hope these tips help you feel more confident the next time you're chatting with a native speaker. And remember, the more you practice, the better you'll get.
We'll be back soon with more fun and practical tips for learning English. Until next time, keep practicing and keep having fun with your English.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Honestly, it means the world to me that you took the time to be here. I work hard every day to create content that you'll enjoy, and knowing that even one person is watching gives me so much motivation. I promise no matter what, even if I only have one viewer, I'll keep going and do my best to make videos worth watching. Your support means everything to me, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. See you in the next one.